I will be quick and brief. Right. Everyone disliked something this week. It was terrible. I think we can all find a moment of unity in just everyone, and I mean every part of British society, just kicking and beating a certain decision around names that happened in London. I'm going to enjoy. Right, before I go on, I'll mention something everyone liked instead, which is, of course, Father Kelvin. He has come to Lotus Eaters. You subscribe, you get access to Father Kelvin. His premium show is on lotuseaters.com. He's called Father Kelvin. He is on lotuseaters.com. And if you sign up to get gold tier, you get 50% off if you use the code Crusade.
3,000 new subscriptions and will force him to grow his afro back.
Can't do that.
Oh.
Legally not part of employment law.
Damn.
Right, is that enough shilling? I'm not going to put an ad roll in the middle of that. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Let's get to this. This is the decision. Everyone despised. So, BBC News, London Overground, new names for its 6 lines have been revealed. The Liberty line, the Lioness line, the Mild May line, the Suffragette line,
the Monkeypox line.
Yeah. And then the Windrush line that's been conveniently cut off there. I think I'm right in saying...
Oh, it's London Fashion.
No, it is as well. Everyone fucking hated this. Just nobody. Nobody was happy. Everyone was just like, kill yourself. This is awful. What are you doing? The Liberty line? Where's that come from?
Lots of people were coming up with their own names.
And Liberty was the best of them. The only
not
so
fringe.
Disgusting one.
And this isn't good enough. We need the rapey stabby line. We need the doesn't run on time line.
Yeah, I hate Sadiq Khan line.
I mean, at this point, I'm glad we don't have the George Floyd line already.
Yeah, because this is the thing. This is the bad news, and it's just so true. Just so true. Look at this. I'm embarrassed. I'm frankly embarrassed because the thing is, this isn't a joke. They've done this now. This has been unveiled today, and of course, everyone's got their own ideas of how we could fix this. And you got this guy's like Churchill, Nelson, Thatcher, Austin, Lovelace, and B. Harry. Is that you?
I do be Harry.
You do be Harry. But there's lots more. I mean, this guy's just like, I prefer if we use some kings.
Yeah, king names.
Yeah. Some other guy who's just like, 40k. And the thing being, literally bloody anything would be better. Let's all agree on that. Yep. We don't have to agree on the specific line.
The bubonic plague line would be better.
Yeah, the I shat my pants last line would be more fun. I mean, literally, if someone was just...
the bloody hell that Vindaloo last night line.
Yeah, I mean, I saw someone who renamed it to just beer, cider, wine, vodka or whatever. Just like, yeah, anything.
It's just a very Orwellian move, right? It's all about naming and renaming. That's what they did in the Islamic Republic of Iran. That's what they did in China under Mao. And that's what Orwell says, right? Every name has been changed. Every poster has been turned. Every statue has been brought down.
I would change the lines to the names of Iron Maiden songs. Then I would write those like the 2 minutes to midnight line. Yeah.
But I think it unified everyone who's punching the crap out of this Twitter post in the sense of just anything. They just name the colors. The red line, the green line, the yellow line. That would be better because this is just awful. I mean, the summation here from Drudka. Britain is finish line, fuck you long line, you should immigrate line, it's so over, we hate you. Windrush keeps its name.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Well, because Windrush already sums it up.
Yeah, it is already just, that's all that is. Because even the brands, the endless brands on Twitter are joining in with literally name it anything else would be better.
Man puts full whisk in mouth on come diamond.
What a sad little life, Jane.
I was waiting for that one.
You have no authority here. I have my fish and then a rice cake. These, for Americans, these are all classic British TV moments. We're just normal, innocent men. That one.
I can't believe a brand Twitter account managed to get a giggle out of me. I'm ashamed.
This is Currys as well, which foreigners, they sell TVs, right? We also have Dave. He's a TV channel who just came out with Bob Mortimer jokes. Which, that would be better. I mean, even they ratioed the BBC, I think. Oh, no, almost.
I would have preferred, if they'd gone with classic Top Gear episodes, which is all that I used to watch Dave for.
Tonight, I take the Windrush line and get stabbed. Anyway, but this reminded a lot of people of other old memes, people with AIDS Plaza.
Is that a meme?
I don't know, actually.
Is that real?
A Google search.
I want to know. Because it looks like a Photoshop, but we are in clown world.
John, pull that up.
Does the Mild May line go through people with AIDS Plaza?
I mean, maybe. I
think Monkeypox Plaza line would.
The thing is, I can actually imagine that being a real thing in the United States somewhere. The people with AIDS Plaza. Oh, God, was that real?
honorific street name near City Hall that commemorates a plague. What?
New York.
Unless you know where to look, it's hard to find.
How do you get AIDS? Well, there's 2 ways. So you're getting AIDS there? Anyway.
Not even people who defeated AIDS or people who cured AIDS or people who have AIDS. And that's an enough of an accomplishment to be celebrated now.
They're the real heroes. Not the people trying to cure AIDS, but the people who haven't. Anyway, but I did love the best one out of this, which is, "That'll teach you, Gordon," the stunning and brave controller said. "You don't run the Bakerloo line anymore. It's the George Floyd bottom surgery Hamas line now." That is brilliant.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is fucking mental. That's great. Oh, I'm going to swear because I don't care. Anyway, Windrush. That's the worst one. I think we can all agree on the second point of punching. This is the worst one of the list. The Liberty line, okay, clearly.
When did Khan put his pronouns in his bio? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh, God, did he?
It does. Oh,
God. Why?
Clown mayor for Clown World.
But okay, let's go through them real quick, shall we? All right, the Liberty line. We don't use the word liberty in England. It's freedom. Liberty's a French word or an American one because, they supported you in your rebellion war. So there we are. That's just foreign. That doesn't make sense. The Lioness line. That's over the women who play football.
This is again part of this religion of state ideology thing. I mean, I have a confession to make. You
watch women's football?
As long as Italy's playing. I mean,
right, yeah, okay.
But is this the same? I'm not saying it's creepy uncles. It's not the same. Ladies tennis. Is it that?
No. No.
You are Italian, so
the thing is, I acknowledge it's not of the same quality, but you might watch your kids playing football, and it's not of the same quality of men's World Cup.
Yeah,
and it's fine. But
that's why I tune out.
Pardon?
I said that's why I tune out.
But the thing is, they have turned this into one of the sacraments of this religion of state. Thou shalt play football if you're a woman, and thou shalt love women's football if you're a man. Otherwise, you are a bigot. Okay, and they lost the final. What about the Three Lions? I don't like them because of all the kneeling and all the wokery, but they made European final, which is far more bigger an achievement considering the level of competition in men.
It's a good point. Not only is it cringe and propaganda, it's also they lost. They're losers. They suck. I mean, I think in France, I don't know where it comes from, but there is a Stalingrad line in France, which I always, again, found weird because it's like, this is clearly the commie French aspect coming out. Otherwise, why the hell have you named it that?
There's a Stalingrad street in the city of Bologna where I graduated. But of course, they think... Of course, yeah. The biggest Western Communist Party in history had their headquarters there. But the question is, if you want to celebrate someone, at least celebrate the winners. Okay, making final.
At least Stalin won.
Ultimate, yeah. What about the men's? What about Three Lions? What about other sports? Why have we decided that the state must favor women who play sports? Okay, fine, but one particular sport with such vehemence.
It's the crap one as well. But it's not just them. As you can see here, the Mild May line celebrates the Mild May NHS hospital during the AIDS crisis. Okay, and as you can see...
So this is the people with AIDS line.
Yep, this is the people with AIDS line. Starts in Richmond.
Also, diversity front and center on almost all of these images.
Did you notice what happened to the nurse as she got younger?
As she became smaller.
She became a Netflix actor at the end of that. We have the suffragette line. Shut up.
Or the domestic terrorist line.
Terrorists. Yeah, I'm sorry. These are the terrorist group of the women's rights movement.
The Biden voters line because single moms.
You got community notice.
Oh my god!
Sorry, he got one of the people isn't even a suffragette. Okay,
I love that he got actually'd on his own post.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
No, I'm just saying. When you look at the single moms army who votes for the likes of Joe Biden to get benefits, and they say, I can do it without a man. But the man is Joe Biden or the state or all other men who are paying taxes at gunpoint so that you can raise your kids without a man.
I wouldn't want Joe Biden to look after my kids on the weekend.
No, who would? Especially if their hair smell nice.
Brokenomics has secured an interview with Vladimir Putin, more or less. Well, actually, I just take apart the interview that Tucker did. But anyway, there's a breakdown of the Putin-Tucker interview available on Brokenomics at the moment. Check it out.
What's the next line? Well, it's the textile trade. Oh, that sounds normal. Oh, it's shaped by centuries of diverse groups of migrants. What? Okay, go away. Trash in the bin. Don't care. And then the Windrush
they've
line.
injected diversity even there. It's not like London didn't have a textile industry before mass migration.
No. If you ever look at industrialized Britain, you know, all the kids with their hands in the
You guys were all naked. You didn't have any clothes.
Well, we were also all blacked up, apparently, because our hands were getting destroyed in the machines.
Lancashire, heart of the Industrial Revolution, lots of coal.
There we are.
So they probably were. It makes sense now, doesn't it?
Maybe Sadiq Khan's research is just a bit blind.
He found some old images of black-looking men, and he was like, oh my God.
But then the Windrush one, I mean, this is the pure propaganda line, because, of course, as we've described before, the Windrush is just the Mayflower for these people. They believe this is the start of Britain. The English are the Indians, and then the Windrush turned up, and centuries more of immigration has made the new Britain, the actual thing that matters. And the Indians, you know, the English, they'll die out eventually.
So they invented the steam engine and the Industrial Revolution. Also colonized India for Britain.
Well, they come after all that. So they're pure and innocent, such people who deserve your money. Because that's what we're going to get to.
So the British colonizing India and most of and a lot of the landmass of the world, that was kind of like intertribal Indian warfare in North America. Is that the comparison we're making?
Maybe, but you can see it. This goes through Peckham as well. So a lot of people are making jokes. One ticket for the Windrush line, please. Not only do you need the stab vest, you will need the noise cancelling headphones or noise blockers in that case. I thought this was a joke, but as you can see, today it was unveiled. This is now reality. This is what London is now. They've actually gone ahead with it. They didn't put it as a PR thing. They just did it because they knew they wouldn't get away with it otherwise. Because what the F is this? I know it's unbelievable. I know. I just want to make the point. I mean, the Mayflower in the US, obviously, its usage did quickly become something you put on coins and stamps. I missed it there. There are some coins and stamps with it on in this Wikipedia article somewhere. And
there we go.
Yeah. And you remember that coin that diversity built Britain? So we've got that. We've got that version there. There's the stamps. I mean, it won't be long until the Windrush line is not just something you find occasionally, but on all of our coinage, the celebration of New England.
Do you reckon this is a push to get people to stop using physical currency? If they're so disgusted at having to touch the diversity-built Britain coins,
it's going to be in your
I'll just use my card instead.
Also, the drive for diversity in aviation industry is maybe an attempt to put people off flying to set off their carbon footprint.
I'll get a dinghy instead this time.
Yeah.
But in case you're wondering, yes, this is literally just to punish you, to rub the right's nose in diversity as they would have been put. Yeah, you can see this. This is a Guardian article. I'll take the quotes from here. They say, the Windrush and suffragette line were explicitly chosen to big up multiculturalism and feminism, respectively. Open brackets, the fact the suffragettes were seen in their time as terrorists has been pleasingly airbrushed from history.
Well, the bombings have.
Yes.
Yeah, those
the
bombings.
Author of this piece is just
so
like,
maybe in 20 years
bombings.
we will have the Hamas line as well. Because...
God.
But they're openly
the Whitechapel stop.
Absolutely.
John Elledge.
There we are.
That's the man who's happy that we're ignoring all of those terrorist bombings.
Yeah, I do love the idea that not only will they have, I don't know if you've been to Whitechapel, you know, they have the
yeah. And I've seen also the pictures, speaking of the metro stations.
They'll also have that hadith, you know, from the Hamas charter.
Oh, no, I haven't noticed that yet.
Okay, for people who don't know, in Hamas's charter, one of the lines is that it's a quote from the hadith, which are the sayings of the Prophet, and it says that Judgment Day will come when the Muslims fight the Jews, and the Jews will hide, and the trees and the rocks will shout out, "O Muslim, O servant of Allah, there is a Jew behind me, come and kill him." It's like, well, that's pretty explicit.
And that's an official part of the...
That's in the charter of Hamas.
Okay, but where did you see the charter in Whitechapel?
Oh, I'm saying one day they'll have it up.
Okay. Because speaking of clown world, you know, the border between real and fiction, or
we'll have Sadiq Khan unveiling it like this. It's just like...
But you know, when you think about it, they're openly goading half the population. Maybe in London it's not half yet. Maybe it's 40%.
Yeah. I mean, confirmed by the Guardian. That's the point.
But transport is something supposed to be apolitical, right? So everybody uses that. So why would you go after very divisive? I would say stupid, but even if you are not of the same opinion, why would you go and try to openly goad and taunt and provoke
Well, it's
half the population.
not goading; it's a victory. That's the thing. I mean, it's like the Soviets in Kaliningrad. You've got rid of the Germans. Now you're going to rename all the streets and everything. else.
That's the Orwellian thing that I was saying. So the Hamas flags or Palestinian flags are everywhere in London. The pro-Palestinian rallies or pro-Hamas rallies have become a weekly fixture. And
Part and parcel.
renaming, bring down the statues. They are rewriting, and then they wonder why people are upset, and they
Yeah.
go to vote for the so-called far right.
So I'll end this off quite quickly. Just real quickly, the Irish didn't get a mention, of course. In case you're wondering, more Irish came in the 50s than any Windrush occupant group. So that's just a thing. For some reason, the Irish aren't included. Okay. But this has happened before. You may remember Birmingham did this. The Equality Road, Diversity Grove, Humanity Close, Destiny Road. Yeah, I mean, it just makes you be sick. And for people who don't know, this is obviously almost a joke, because you may remember Ricky Gervais did a song called Equality Street, which is where he's playing David Brent, which is the bumbling manager who gets everything wrong. And it's him being like, yeah, come down Equality Street. And it's cringe. That's the point. But Birmingham actually just did it. So there we are. That's that. And what happened? Well, they went bankrupt like a year after, because it wasn't because of the signs. They didn't cost $1 billion each.
Although,
Right.
to be fair, money management for these types, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not their strong suit.
Yeah.
The point is, it's a very strong indicator that the people in charge don't know what they're doing when they start pulling shit like this.
Oh,
And-
by the way, this renaming of overground stations has apparently cost £6 million.
Yeah, for a name change. And TfL is obviously in the same circumstance. They're tinkering on bankruptcy every single bloody year at this point. And that's that. So there we are. That's something everybody disliked. And I want people to keep up the beating in the sense of hating this, because, well, it's justified crap. It's embarrassing and something that needs to be changed back. This isn't something that should stand. If you appreciated that episode from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content that's on the site, such as the Contemplation series, this episode on why the political compass questions are terrible. If you'd like to find out what else is being put out, you can follow on Twitter at lotuseaters_com on Twitter. Thank you and goodbye.